My little puff, y'all. Great morning, great morning, great morning. Let me share this. Hey, you guys, come on in, come on in, come on in. Can't be on long. I actually am getting ready to start trading, but I had to come on. I really was. Anyway, let's hold another conversation. 4:44, getting started. 4:44, getting started. Hey, 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 let me know who's here. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Who's here? Where you at? Where you from? All right. Y'all let me know who's here, where you're tuning in from. Who's here, where you're tuning in from. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm going to use my mug to kind of hold this one. All right, Russellville in the house. Come on, Russellville. Who is that? Who is that from Russellville? All right, you guys, listen. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do this drive-by. So, mm. Oh, hey, Ashley, how you doing, baby? Um, hey, 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 yes, girl, 4:44, right? Chris, you need to stop, okay? So listen, you guys, I wanted to come on and share this word. I thought that was my sissy. Hey, sissy. I wanted to come on and share this word. You all, I had an interesting dream. It's so funny, sissy, that you're on here because you were in my dream. But I had an interesting dream, and I wanted to come on because I wanted to share some things with you guys. Listen, I don't know if you're a dreamer. I'm a dreamer, right? I don't dream all the time, but when I dream very vividly. And God will speak to me through my dreams. He'll use my dreams to convey a message or whatever. But listen, I had to come on, and I don't have a lot of time, but in this next 15 minutes, I want to share some things with you guys about the month of April, about this quarter, about what God is doing right now. There is such a supernatural move that's happening right now. When I tell you that God is moving, He is doing a new thing. And listen, I can't say it enough. And behold, I do a new thing. Shall it not spring forth? Literally. It is springing forth. It is springing forth. And I need you all to understand that for several reasons. One, I need you to understand because there's an assignment that is your assignment, specifically your assignment that no one else can complete like you. I'm not saying no one else can do it. I'm not saying no one else will do it. I'm saying no one else can complete it like you. And truth be told, you've been sleeping on your assignment. You've been sleeping on your assignment. So really, this is kind of a word of chastisement because you've been sleeping on your assignment, and God says it's time to pick the assignment up and complete it. It's time to pick the assignment up and complete it. You guys, listen, there is no time for you to be playing games with what God has for you to do in your life because there are people that are waiting for you to get in position. Just like with my assignment, I know that my assignment is a different kind of assignment. It's a unique assignment, but it's mine, right? And so I am responsible for completing my assignment. What I am not responsible for is completing yours. It's not my job to complete your assignment. It is my job to say what God says to say, to do what God says to do, and to be an example of how God can use anybody. Literally, I think people make it so complicated. They make God and their relationship with God so complicated, and I'm here to simplify it. Listen. When I tell y'all that God, not God out there in the sky, but God who resides inside of me, it is my job to get in touch with God. It is my job to stay in tune with God. It is my job to listen to the voice of God. It is my job to allow God to show up in me in a way that blesses people. So for me, understanding that God is not something that is outside of me, but He is someone who lives inside of me, that we are connected, that we are one, like that to me is everything. It's everything because when I can't do it in my own strength, I know I ain't by myself. Now, listen, the thing that God is doing in the month of April, how to say it? Let me see. The thing that God is doing in the month of April is literally setting you up. Listen, I'm telling y'all, it's setting you up. It's setting you up for the rest of the year. So April is this, like, there's a foundation that was laid in the first quarter, but April, April, God is setting you up. Hey, man of God, how are you? April, God is setting you up. God is setting you up. God is literally setting you up. Okay. So you're going to notice that some things happen and you're going to feel like this feels like a setup. That's because it is a setup. God is setting you up so that the things that he has promised you will be fulfilled in this month. The things that he has promised you will be fulfilled. And this month is the month of the setup. So he's setting you up so that the things that he's promised you will be fulfilled. Now, everything that he promised you is not going to happen in the month of April. That's why I had to change my words up some, because I don't want y'all saying, Dr. V said everything God said he was going to do is going to happen in April. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is April is key to the setup for the things that are going to happen. April. So what does that mean? Take it seriously. You all, and listen, those of you who know me, like, and follow me, like, I did not want to do this fast this month. I wasn't ready for it. Like, normally I know I'm doing it. And so I get prepared and I'm set up and stuff. I did not know I was doing this fast, but here we are on day 3. And I'm going to talk about that later this morning. That's not what this is about, but it is an example of how God sets you up. God has set me up. And I know even this fast is a setup. This fast is a setup. Because listen, think about this. We're going to end the fast like the end of April. We're going to end the fast like the end of April. It's 21 days. We started on the 7th. So we end about the 28th. And so the 27th, 28th. So we're going to be ending the end of April. So he's got this whole month to get our foundation together, our core together, our minds together, our spirits together, our bodies together. Like all this month, that's what he's doing. He's getting us together, making sure we can hear his voice and recognize it, making sure that we understand that there's purpose for our life, making sure that we get that, making sure that we not only get it, but we're walking in it. So check this out. I want y'all to listen very carefully. In the month of April, I see seven people in the month of April. In the month of April, I see 7 people who are going to make $7,000 just in the month of April. 7 people who are going to make $7,000 in the month of April. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Ashley. 7 people, $7,000. Now listen, the $7,000 that you're going to make is that's just a seed. It's a seed. It is a deposit, right? It is a deposit. It is God showing you, hey, listen, I'm going to be faithful to you and I need you to be faithful to me. Seven people, $7,000. Now, the $7,000 is not going to come just from one stream. It's going to come from multiple streams, right? You're going to have multiple streams, but it's going to add up to $7,000. You're going to make $7,000 in the month of April. And this is the question that God is asking you. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? See, because either that $7,000 is going to be your harvest or it's going to be your seed. That $7,000 is either going to be your harvest or it's going to be your seed. How you deal with it determines what it is. So listen, if you treat it like your harvest, which means that you hold on to the 7,000 like this, and you're afraid of releasing it, then that's going to be your harvest. But if you sow the seed, right? Because 7,000, that's your seed. If you sow that seed, and I'm not saying give it to one person, I'm not saying give it to the church, but I'm telling you that you're going to have to sow seed in order for the 7 to multiply, right? God is literally going to allow you to get the 7,000 so the 7,000 can be a seed that will multiply to create the harvest of what it is that you declared that you were going to make in 2021, right? Whether that be 100,000, you said you're going 6 figures in 2021, or whether that be, 700,000, or whether that be that you make $1 million, whatever it is, the 7,000 is not your harvest, but if you treat it like a harvest, it'll be your harvest. God is going to make it be whatever you make it be. Okay, so that 7,000 is designed to be a seed, right? It's a seed. It is a seed to be sown. See, but this is where we mess up. This is where we mess up, honestly. This is where we mess up. Where we mess up is we take what seed and we treat it like our harvest. So we never get to our full harvest. The devil is a lie. Not this year. This year, the goal is to get to the harvest, right? Not to get stuck because we got a seed in our hand. So we're going to hold on to the seed. We're not going to sow it. We're just going to hold on. And then that's going to be the harvest that we get. The devil is a lie. This year is your year to experience financial freedom. It's your year to break free. It's your year to have your 6-figure, 7-figure year, if that's what you desire. But what I'm going to tell you is you're not going to get it doing the same thing you've always done. You're not going to get it doing it the same way you've always done it. You're not going to get it like that. What God is doing, he's shifting things around. He's switching things up. You're going to discover that he has you moving a little differently, doing things a little differently, showing up a little differently so that you can get what it is that he's promised you. Now, listen, you cannot do anything. You can do everything exactly like you've been doing it. And I promise you this, you're going to get exactly what you've been getting. It's not going to change. But if you will hear the voice of God, if you will switch it up, if you will do what he tells you to do, if you will sow the seed that he tells you to sow, if you do those things and watch what God does and watch how God moves. Now, I know what y'all probably expected me to say, sow a seed. That's not what this is about. This is about you really understanding seed time and harvest. Seed time and harvest. You got to understand that this month, God is going to put $7,000 seed in your hand. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to treat it like your harvest, or are you going to allow it to be your seed? Whatever you do, that's what it's going to be. God allows it to be what it is you make it. You know, there's a saying, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. You're always right. You're always creating your reality. And so this is no different. So it's either going to be seed or it's going to be harvest. It's going to be one or the other. There's no in between. It's either going to be seed or it's going to be harvest. Choose. I guess there is another, right? I guess there is another. It can be dead. Now, I know you say, how can money be dead? It can be dead if it's not moving, right? And I get it. Listen, I get it. I get when you've gone through lack. I get when you've gone through struggle, that it is naturally your inclination to hold on to money for fear of a day when you don't have it, right? But this is the beauty of understanding money, right? When you really understand money, you understand that money is not the paper. It's not the paper. Money is the energy. It is the energy that is constantly flowing. And if you allow it to flow, it will keep flowing. But the moment that you begin to believe that money is just the paper, then that's the moment that it's just going to be the paper. Like, it's just going to be the paper. So it's just going to be paper that you hold on to, right? No, it is seed that is to be sown. In fact, the first person that drops their Cash App, I'm getting ready to send them a seed. How about that? The first person that drops their Cash App, I'm going to send them a seed. Listen, because I need you to understand that seed time harvest is very real, and being obedient to the Spirit of God is very real, right? And so one of the things that I do not want to miss is being able to be obedient to God. So the first person who drops their Cash App, I'm going to send a seed. Now, listen, I'm telling y'all, seed is to produce harvest. Okay. So I know that whoever's Cash App comes up, there's something that God has to. All right, sweet and sexy 40. All right. Is that my sister? I tell you what I'm going to do. So Sweet and Sexy 40 and Lily Wiggins, I'm going to send both of you guys a seed. I'm going to send both of you guys a seed. You guys were the first two. I said the first person, but I'm going to do the first two because the first one was my sister. So y'all will be thinking that it was planned out, and it wasn't planned out. So I'm going to send two seeds because I believe that God is getting ready to do something supernatural. The fact that God chose you to be the recipients of this seed says this. It says that God is expecting something magnificent in your life. So there's something that God is trying to get into your hands, something that God is trying to get into your hands. This is time for a breakthrough. This is time for a breakout. God is literally getting ready to provide you with a breakthrough. And what you do with that breakthrough is going to determine what you do with that breakthrough is going to determine how quickly and how large it manifests. How quickly and how large it manifests. So listen. So let me say this. So today at noon, I'm going to do another prophetic drive-by. and I'm going to do individual words because I can't do it right now. But I'm going to do individual words. But know this is time for you to recognize the difference between seed and harvest. There is a difference. Yo, I got to go. I got to get ready to trade. But listen, I know this. Listen, I need you to understand that I absolutely love you guys to life. God is getting ready to get something into your hands. It's going to blow your minds. This is the month. This is the month that foundation is laid, seed is sown for you to be able to reap a huge harvest. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Listen, you guys, I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Let me drop these cash apps. Ding, ding. And listen, when y'all get your cash app, let them know you got your cash app so that they'll know that I wasn't tweaking, okay? All right, you guys, listen, I declare and decree that everything your hands touch will prosper, and every place your feet tread, God has already given you dominion. Your worst days are behind you, and your best days are ahead of you. That the promises of God for your life are yea and amen, which means yes, and let it be so. You guys have an absolutely amazing and incredible morning. Bless you guys. Love you guys to life. See you soon. Mwah.